Welcome to this lesson on silent mutations. Silent mutations are a fascinating type of genetic change that demonstrates the elegant design of our genetic code. Unlike other mutations that can dramatically alter proteins and affect an organism's traits, silent mutations work behind the scenes, changing the DNA sequence without impacting the final protein product. This unique characteristic makes them an important concept in understanding how genetic information flows from DNA to proteins. A silent mutation is a point mutation in DNA where a single nucleotide base is changed, but this change does not result in any alteration to the amino acid sequence of the protein being produced. In other words, even though the genetic code has been modified at the DNA level, the protein that is ultimately synthesized remains exactly the same. This happens because of a special property of the genetic code called degeneracy or redundancy, which we'll explore further. The fundamental principle behind silent mutations is that multiple codons can code for the same amino acid. A codon is a sequence of 3 nucleotides in messenger RNA that specifies which amino acid will be added during protein synthesis. Because there are 64 possible codons, but only 20 amino acids, many amino acids are encoded by more than one codon. This redundancy in the genetic code is what allows silent mutations to occur without changing the protein's structure. Let's look at a concrete example with the amino acid leucine. The codon CUU codes for leucine. Now, if a mutation changes the third position from U to C, creating the codon CUC, the result is still leucine. Both CUU and CUC specify the same amino acid. This is a perfect example of a silent mutation because the DNA has changed, but the amino acid sequence of the protein remains unchanged. Leucine actually has 6 different codons that all code for it, providing multiple opportunities for silent mutations. Silent mutations occur because of the redundancy built into the genetic code, particularly at the third position of codons, which is known as the wobble position. The wobble position is called this because the base pairing rules are more relaxed at this location. Often, changing the third nucleotide in a codon doesn't change which amino acid is specified. This redundancy acts as a protective mechanism, reducing the potential harmful effects of random mutations that naturally occur in DNA over time. Silent mutations have 2 main effects on organisms. First, they have no direct effect on protein function because the amino acid sequence remains unchanged. This means the protein can still perform its biological role normally, and the organism's phenotype or observable traits are not affected. Second, silent mutations create genetic variation at the DNA level without causing phenotypic changes. This genetic diversity can be useful for evolutionary studies and population genetics, as it provides markers to track lineages and relationships between organisms without affecting their survival or reproduction. To fully understand silent mutations, it's helpful to compare them with other types of point mutations. In a silent mutation, there is no change to the amino acid sequence. In contrast, a missense mutation results in a different amino acid being incorporated into the protein, which can alter the protein's structure and function. A nonsense mutation is even more severe, as it creates a premature stop codon that terminates protein synthesis early, resulting in a truncated and usually non-functional protein. Silent mutations are the least harmful of these 3 types. The key lesson here is that not all DNA changes affect the organism. Silent mutations beautifully demonstrate the protective redundancy that evolution has built into the genetic code. This redundancy means that many mutations can occur without causing harm, providing a buffer against the constant changes that DNA undergoes. Understanding silent mutations helps us appreciate how the genetic code is designed to be resilient, allowing life to maintain stability even as genetic variation accumulates over time. This concept is fundamental to understanding genetics, evolution, and molecular biology.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.